Welcome, everyone, back to Merzenhammer. DCL, you also need to get in Roll20. Fuck
I was literally just clicking the link.
Excellent. So apologies for not running last week. I had just moved. But now we are back in the saddle, all set up as I'm going to be able to get with broken headphones, tiny, cramped little cubicle, and a perpetually overheated laptop. That's
man.
great.
I just thought fucking being up there on top of everything sucking with the heat. Also, all your machinery is just, it is suck.
You have just described the 11 last years of my life.
Oh, fair enough.
I believe it.
It's just take 12 the years out for the military service.
Fair enough. But yeah. So, last time we played, let's see, Gunnar, who will be joining us later, had a lot of meetings to attend. We basically got into military bureaucracy simulator for a chunk of the session. And yeah, you also did some strategizing about where you want troops deployed, and all told, it wasn't half bad. As I'm looking at the map of Null, and it looks almost like it was the deployment was put together by someone who knew what they were doing, which obviously can't be you guys. So
I've done a lot of Command and Conquer once upon a time.
Just gonna soft serve that shade on us.
I still play Command and Conquer.
What was soft about that shade?
I mean,
Did you just outright call us too retarded for the plan we put together?
They are absolutely retarded.
There was nothing gentle about that.
it would have been harder if it was. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm too used to American sensibilities, or if they want to call you retarded, they just do so directly.
Yeah,
That's boring. It's not a hard deal. That's just a boring deal.
I don't know. Oh, some. Oh wait. Actually, I don't watch enough British comedies, but everyone I've seen, I don't know.
I also think it's probably just that dealing with Hedra so much has colored your perception of
Reality.
No, I'm talking Americans
Yes.
in general. People, I remind you that I actually go outside.
I don't believe you.
Fucking
Weirdo.
I don't believe in you.
Wow.
Okay, that was unnecessarily mean. Have you been drinking again already?
A little, but not much. I more meant I don't believe you exist. You are
Don't worry.
just a
Oh.
figment.
DCL.
Okay.
I believe in you, buddy.
Yeah, I believe in you, DCL. You can
I
do it.
believe you exist.
Go on, Bata.
look, I believe in my gains. That's all I need.
That's not all you need. That doesn't help you at all.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Helps my self-esteem. Nothing.
I
That's
mean,
self-esteem.
that's it.
Well, I certainly don't have
Wow.
artistic self-esteem. Everywhere else, I'm pretty decent at.
I'll take your word for it. So, about that video game on the internet that we play with the tabletop rules and some dice.
And the plans that we are too
So can
dumb
we
to
just
make.
fast forward to the orcs getting here so we can actually like play the Warhammer or what?
Hey man, I still got my
Lots,
character to introduce.
Quite yet.
No,
Yeah.
your character doesn't matter. It's fine. You had your chance in this party. You died.
Look, that was barely a chance.
To be fair, that was two dwarves going down.
I mean, it was basically a "don't eat my ass, demons" moment, and then they ate your ass.
Really was. Those
Yeah.
demons sure can eat a lot of ass.
Let me tell you a thing or two about it, ass boy. Don't. Stop. Get some help.
So, let's see. see. Well, I suppose I should bring you guys over to here so you can look at this beautiful painting of Nuln.
No.
And immediately not go to Nuln. Instead, going to touch on somewhere else.
Oh, fuck. I don't like this.
We are going to this literally small, slightly damaged ship that's making its way upriver. Going to go in to where Vaska and Luminitsa are sat around a table.
Go fish.
You know, Vask, I was wondering, I did not bring it up before in case we didn't come back, but you and Gunnar, when did that happen?
Oh, well, you know, uh, I guess when we came back to Imperial Capital, he kept getting all flustered when little halflings were telling him to put sausage in buns, and finally he, put sausage in buns.
Those silly little halflings. You know, I am almost convinced that they are universally servants of dark powers. Not necessarily the dark powers, but they are very odd little creatures.
I think they all serve a universal dark power of their stomachs.
It sounds all too accurate. But, you know, when we first met in Loganov, I actually thought that if you gave your heart to anyone, it would have been Avenclad. You did seem so inspired to get Gunnar to free him.
You're not wrong. I care a great deal about Avenclad too. I love both of them in their own way. Just Avenclad is more like how not to sound terribly mean. He is like a precious puppy that's been kicked and beaten so many times that you just want to pick him up and hold him and tell him everything is going to be alright.
Hmm.
Wow, Connor.
Well, I suppose I can see that.
Obviously, less so now with the whole vampire murder stabby thing going on, but at the time, it was very sweet and he needed help becoming his own man. And I'm glad he had that chance, if only briefly.
It is more than most get.
Yeah, Vaska's just gonna kind of look askance and sigh, and she's thinking, oh, I really wish I had Avenclad here to give him a big hug now. So, what of you, Luminitsa? I appreciate, of course, you helping us save Imperial Princess, but now you are coming to help with orcs as well. Why are you sticking your neck out so much for Empire?
Well, when dealing with those vampires, it was enlightened self-interest. If they had been allowed to finish what they were doing and escape, I do not. The Strigani, once upon a time, were held under the thrall of a vampire king. I do not wish to see that happen again. If we would be allowed to live to do that at all.
That is a good point, yes.
And as for the orcs, well,
If she
there are a
hesitates...
couple of
Go ahead.
reasons. And yes, she did actually hesitate.
Okay, then yeah, Vasco just started to speak, and then when she says a couple reasons, she'll add, I don't suppose one of them might be Konrad.
Well, what can I say? I like him. Indeed, I like the rest of you as well. And you and Gunnar, you are both destined for great things. I'd like a front row seat to see them starting.
Oh, well, Gunnar certainly is. I don't know about me. I feel like my part in this story is almost done now. It can just become little footnotes, after some Reichsmarshal's name in the history book now.
You shouldn't doubt yourself, so.
It's not doubting myself. I don't want to be a hero of legend. I'm probably going to get hunted down and shanked and kidneyed if I do that. I only came to Empire in the first place to find somewhere safe and peaceful to live. And getting involved in all of this is just a cavalcade of chaos. Small c chaos. I got swept up in.
But that is exactly what I mean. You did not choose this, it simply happened. It was destiny.
Oh no, not destiny. Heard too much talk of that in Kislev. Ah. Maybe you're right though. So many strange and powerful things happening all at the same time. It is clearly more than just coincidence. It's no random chance could have little peasant girl from Kislev wind up in Emperor's court in the arms of Reichsmarschall heading to fight off army of orcs 10,000 strong.
Well, you know, I do not think you ever told me why you left Kislev.
Oh.
Given your power, surely you could have had a very comfortable life there. A little too close to the northern wastes for comfort, but still.
Well, it is a long and complicated story, but it started with my teacher, the ice witch who found me when I was just a little peasant girl in a rural village. She was murdered, and the people who did that also came after me. I'm still not entirely sure why or how my mistress got wrapped up in all of that, but I had to flee, or else I would have gotten my kidneys taken out if I was lucky. And then Chaos Warriors started coming after us too, and it was just a whole terrible mess. And luckily, I ran into Gunnar and Co. and was able to get across border into Empire, where Kislev evildoers, I guess, have no power.
Hmm. You said Chaos Warriors were after you?
Yeah, Vaska will nod emphatically. Oh yes, we fought them on the beach trying to get onto a boat. We were trying to get on the boat, they opposed us. Hounded us all the way to the shore. Had a terrible evil witch with them. And a big powerful warrior in armor. He's where I got the sword. Vaska will like show off her chaosy sword. Kinda like half draw it from the sheath on her hip. Then the second time we fought them, I guess Sneech decided he had done with the witch, because she got blown into a tree. And she's still alive, too. Just, you know, a certain definition of alive.
You fucking made a major landmark.
No, I think I heard about that. I did not think it was real. Well,
I bet you could make some fucking dope magical wands and shit from the screaming tree.
Mm-hmm. Very real. I wish I had had time to take a little branch of wood from the screaming tree. Could probably have made some very powerful wand or something from it. And also probably scream more.
It might have been powerful, but I somewhat doubt such a wand would be reliable.
I suppose that's true, considering how the tree got made in the first place. Probably making things out of things created by Sneech's curse might not play nice with spells, come to think of it.
It it would be like absorbing. Well, it would be like voluntarily taking chaos into yourself. More power, to be sure, but well, I'm sure you know the risks of that at least as well as I.
Yes, well, I suppose some power is not worth the price, and some prices aren't worth any amount of power.
Oscar, would you be so kind as to roll me an audio perception?
Sure. Perception. Here we go. Nice. Fucking good job, Vaska. You did it.
Alright, well, I guess I will roll Lumitzes.
And this is where we get boarded by orc pirates. Yay! Oh, fuck.
Alright, neither of you hear anything, so I guess conversation will just continue for a little while.
Can resume playing whatever the Imperial version of Go Fish is.
It's called Fuck Off and Fish.
It's called Halfling Bait.
That sounds, yes, I like that.
There you go. That's Vasco's new card proficiency. Halfling Bait.
Yes. So, as time continues to pass, Luminate will eventually take out a flask. It's not the one that was just packed with healing draughts. And when she offers it, when she offers it to you, it smells very strongly of alcohol.
How long until we get to our destination? Because if it's over like more than 12 hours away, then yeah, I'll totally get down on that.
Yeah, probably another day.
Then yeah, I will happily share drinks with Luminitza. She has proven to be a reliable and trustworthy ally.
Would you please make a consume alcohol test for me?
This is going to go terribly for me.
But you're a Kislavite.
Again, with the thing where that's the other
Oh
kind of
right, yeah, you're
Kislavite.
you're not that type of Kislavite, right?
And at no point between fucking 6 different careers, no, 5 I've actually entered, have I ever gotten any even option to take consume alcohol, so I'm just the lightest weighted Kislavite there is.
Makes
I
me
am-
feel any better.
You still have a pretty solid toughness, though.
Yeah, but it's halved because it's 2nd edition.
Yeah, but I mean, like 30 is that's like what an average trained person has.
Hey, it's more than I have.
Yeah,
Jesus.
average
Your
trained
toughness is
person
55?
like
Is
at
50
first
then?
level.
Wow, Luminitza is very good at drinking, though.
Yes.
Yeah. So, time passes, drinks are shared, and, well, she's not quite drinking you under the table, but very nearly.
Yeah, and Vaska's happy to get nice and sauced and have a good, comfy sleep on the boat. Because nothing can possibly go wrong on this boat. I'm not going to get kidnapped. I'm not going to get boarded by orcs. Nothing's going to happen. I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. But before you go to sleep, though, Luminitza will eventually bring the topic of conversation back to you and Gunnar.
Oh no. No, Gypsy, please don't make me say versus gay.
And, well, well, Vaska. Well, I do know that your ice witches are meant to keep keep your maidenhoods for a long portion of your training. I take it Gunnar was your first.
Da he was. First and only.
Oh, well. I imagine, well, I assume you do your best, but how well do you actually know how to please him?
Uh, fucking retroactively. Gee, that's a good question. What skill is milk fucking Norskin dick? Is Vaska actually good at
Pretty sure it's
sex?
torture. Pretty sure it's torture.
No, that's only when the Dark
Sleight
Elf
of
does it.
hand.
I don't know if it would necessarily be a skill. I would lean more towards just a raw attribute. Probably unless.
Well, I mean,
See, now I'm thinking like you could, yeah, you could use say sleight of hand, torture, or charm.
Jesus.
Dependent on the flavour the sex takes. Or you could use just agility, fellowship, or toughness.
Oh yeah, it's toughness. And yeah, Vosk'll just grin wide and kind of blush a little bit and say, "Now, I don't know if you've ever laid with a Norskin, but it's not really the woman who needs to know how to pleasure. She needs to know how to just bite a pillow and take it, 'cause they are like animals." He's a beast, like a bull that's seen red.
Or a bear that's seen a halfling.
Or a bear that's seen halfling. Tender, slappable, chewable halfling.
My. It does sound like quite the experience. But wouldn't you like to know how to take the lead once in a while? Especially now he's the Reichsmarshal. He's going to be busy so much of the time, dealing with court and soldiers and wearing himself out campaigning. I'm sure he would be very happy to once in a while lay back and let you do it.
That sounds like maybe something Empire boys like, but I think in Norska that would be like you being the woman for the night, and that's not very good. I think it would not want to hurt Gunnar's precious little ego.
Aw, that's not little, is it?
It's about halfling sized. Sausage in a bun, sausage in a bun. I was just like slapping her knee and doubling over.
Fucking Motley.
I'm gonna need some ointment for that burn.
Wow!
Why is this so funny? It has no reason to be funny.
He absolutely, when he gets deep in the laugh, he gets Motley. He's about to fucking team up with Dick Dastardly and drop a tree on some caveman.
Just gonna have to timestamp this for Rem later.
Yes, yes. Please, someone in the audience, could you clip that for us?
I don't know about you, but some grim things are meant to be buried.
Like Gunnar's bone. Ah. Yeah, so anyway, I I think I know what Luminitza's selling here, so would you kindly just make her a charm test?
Sure.
I'll just give myself a -10 here, because I'm drunk as fuck.
That's a lot of successes she got.
That's a lot of failure I got right there.
Ah, wizard.
Wait, hold on.
Powerful icon of,
No, I'm just gonna
restraint.
burn a fortune on that, because I gotta at
Good
least
luck
try
being that.
to
Come on.
try
You're
to
about to
pretend
get-
like
you're
Vaska
about to
has
be
a
cuckold
heterosexuality
fetish right now.
theft. Oh no, it's got worse.
On second thoughts, I might be slightly gay.
So, yeah, I think if Illuminate makes a real compelling argument for, taking care of your future husband after a long day's work, and it's just a lesson of how to be a proper waifu. So, what's the harm in that?
I think we can fade out on that. As well, we definitely all know where that's going.
Yeah. Vaska will insist on, turning the lights out beforehand, though. Because, she's really shy and definitely still has enough survival instincts to not want Luminitza to see her naked. Because, really, if you just, are feeling around down there, that's just an oversized clit. It's fine. But,
It's quite oversized.
not that oversized. But yeah.
I mean, have you seen those rolls? How gay she is, she can't tell the difference.
Literally, Vaska couldn't tell the difference. But yeah.
Alright. So yeah, Vaska, if you want, you now qualify for training or skill mastery in either charm, sleight of hand, or torture.
Torture.
Which I mean, all three
It's
of
hard to
them.
get.
Come on. I want to see that CPT session.
Oh.
Gotta make it happen. Make your memes come true.
Oh, Gunnar, I've learned how to scare your penis into coming.
And what?
She does not, in fact, have a dick. She does, however, have a very, very long tongue.
Oh my.
Like mutant size.
Damn you, Zinch.
No. Wait, this is a serious question because if she's mutated, that's a very clear sign of corruption.
Well, I
not
happen to
quite
have
me.
100 XP saved up, so I'm just gonna use that real quick. Lord. Alright, guys, don't worry. A competent witch is slowly but surely coming your way.
Yeah. Oh god, what's the pun?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
How could you do this to me? I've made my mistakes.
You continue to
Alright.
make them by being here.
I need to very quickly step away, grab myself a new drink, and then we'll pick up with folks in Nuln.
Oh, for Gunnar.
Not see, look, I got a net benefit for Gunnar. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I never got
It's
an answer
true.
for my
And Ash, you
question.
found your micro penis.
What's the nickname for the Imperial soldiers that the common people use for them?
Nickname? What, like as though people would call like soldiers grunts?
I mean, like, what's the slang? Because I was gonna say the boys in blue, but if their uniform varies, then they're not all in blue.
It's a shame it's not just the Imperial Guard.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be fucking anything, really.
Just put the German word for it. And use that as slang.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the core rulebook has some slang, but none of it is for soldiers.
Which is weird, considering how important they are and how existent they would be.
Look, they're supposed to be as good as fucking Mercy plays them out to be. Mercy just has
Well-
guard rolls every time we see Imperial Guard around.
Well, now we need a nickname for them because yeah, these soldiers are definitely more confident than they were meant to be. Yes, they're just the Imperial Army. Okay, Merz would know. What's the nickname? What's the common people's nickname for the fucking Imperial soldier?
Besides cunts.
I don't actually know if that's something that was ever established.
That's not. It might need to be though.
I mean,
Hmm.
does it need to be?
I just wanted something to call.
I need it.
The army?
Fine, whatever.
And
We'll
what-
be lame about it.
The gods.
What do
boys.
we call the American army?
We have a whole bunch of things like murderers and rapists and waste
Wow.
tax money.
And actually
Adorable
being more
goofballs.
serious. Back in the day, you guys called them doughboys and
Jarheads?
Yep, and Marines of course have Jarhead and Devil Dog. That shit.
Leathernecks, yeah.
So you'd be
Leatherneck.
talking
I don't know
shit
that I
on
heard
your
that
army.
one.
And that's another one for Marines, because in the wooden ships and Iron Men days, they actually wore these big leather collars around their neck so they couldn't get cut by pirates.
Yeah, it was actually thick, hard leather collars
Well,
to protect from sword strokes.
Yeah, I guess if you really want one DCL, and state troopers do typically wear big round hats, so something about that might be a good base for a nickname, like flat tops, because the tops of their hats are all flat.
I'll just stick to calling him the Imperial Army.
Fair enough.
Oh god, how the fuck do you pronounce this world?
Landsknecht.
Ah, the Landsknecht.
Yeah, but I mean those are like mercenaries.
I know,
those
but
aren't
it sounds
like-
cool. Look at it, it's so German.
Yeah. Although I am legally obliged to hate them because because of their sword.
Come on, the two-hander isn't that bad.
God,
It's-
okay, move on. You're all so fucking war gay, it's unreal.
I mean, real quick, it's not the two-hander. It's the fact that their like little swords were named after the material used for their scabbards, which is to say, cat skin.
Impressed you know all of this.
Why are you surprised? What?
Mercy always seems to be a wealth of information at her fingertip.
Yeah, but mostly about war and torture. Actually,
Exactly.
you should just concerning.
It's all the stuff I'm into. It's amazing.
I actually just have a lot of useless trivia about a lot of things.
Mercy, we gotta talk
Pretty
about
fucking great at
torture
Trivial
sometime.
Pursuit.
Alright, so. Now, we'll pick up in Nuln. So, Gunnar is off meeting with lots and lots of people. He's just currently being buried underneath bureaucracy. But, I mean, most of the rest of you don't have actual obligations. Konrad sort of does, as he's been reinstated as an officer in the army officially.
How unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, even that's not. It's not big obligations right now. You just have to, not desert again.
Yeah, please don't. I mean, I feel like you lose your privileges, you lose getting away with it and being cheeky if you desert twice.
I'll try.
This time I'll try really, really hard not to be a deserter, guys. Honest. This is third time's the charm, right? Have I seen anything strange in any of the nights? Because I've been staying up through all of them by, taking drugs.
You mean coffee?
No, Fey Eyes, which is super coffee.
You mean cocaine?
I guess no. It's just a really powerful tea. It gives you +5 to your perception tests for 1d10 hours, and the imbiber literally cannot sleep until it wears off, which is unfortunate because I rolled really high hours on my most recent consumption of it. So I still turn over in the morning, and I'm wired when I should be trying to day sleep.
Hmm.
You're gonna kill yourself.
Well, I mean, as long as I don't roll like over 5 hours again next night, I'll be able to day sleep again. I'll be fine.
Or you could actually just literally become.
Nah, I mean, there is the issue of Esva still being like, cripplingly bad at doing things like sleep after spending a super long time with insomnia because of a dead man ghost in her brain who wants to try and take her body and push her soul out and stick it on a coin. And every time she went to sleep, it got worse and worse. So yeah, she's not good at it anymore. Not that
just elf
she
things.
tells anyone. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense when you put it like that.
Yeah, it doesn't associate sleep with a particularly good time anymore. She needs a goddamn hug, but she's also Esva, so she's maximum sin. Yeah, at some point I come, just dragging myself into Erlen's place at, what would be 7 in the morning, still going to be forced to be awake for, 2 more hours.
Alright. And yeah, I mean, you are an elf, you do have, night vision, although,
Not just night vision, I can cast a spell for super night vision.
That's
It doubles my effective night vision range.
Yeah, but I mean, even with that, I mean, you are at the top of a tower, and the world is big. You can't see very well, very far, but go ahead and make me a -30 perception test, please.
Sure.
Alright. Is she looking for Durgans?
She is looking for wyverns and anything trying to move across, the gap between trees and a wall.
Alright. So. For the first night, you don't see anything, and on the second night, there are a couple of things. It's too far away to be distinct. You can't really make out details, but on that second night, you can see just movement in the forested hills, shapes that they look like mounted men, but smaller. Legs of the animal. It's definitely an animal. It's not lifted high off of the ground. It's definitely.
Well, I've seen goblin warfighters before, so would that be reminiscent of them then?
Doesn't look like a wolf. Right, he did get a decent success. Too many legs to be a wolf.
Huh.
Fuck.
Spider riders?
Might be. You have seen giant spiders before, and yeah, that does look right.
Huh. You know what might be fun? Trying to shoot one.
This is going to be actually at extreme range.
That's fine. It doesn't hurt to try. At least spook them a bit.
Fair. I forget what the penalty for
Minus
extreme
30.
range.
So let's see here. I'll make it a flaming arrow, and I'll make sure to magic it up to punch through any non-magic armor. Let's see here.
Bloody hell! All right. Go ahead and hit the damage.
I'll turn it into more with my successes, but I really want to just fury it from our goddamn downtown.
That would be that would definitely be something.
Yeah, before it gets a chance to back up, would a fortune allow me to do that action again?
Yeah, you could. You can turn that into an 11, it looks like. So.
Yeah, 11 AP2 and it's on fire. The second one, I don't think, even with a fortune, I can make on fire again. My own initiative. So we'll give it a go though.
You can only do a half action with a fortune. Well, actually, I think you have enough fortune that you could do multiple because you'd be spending. Well, you could spend 2 fortune to do it.
Okay. Whoosh. Oh, that's such a cucking. All right, fine, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you can be certain your arrows hit home, and since they were on fire, they give that little illumination you need. It is certainly a goblin daubed in paint mounted atop a brightly coloured spider. For the first hit, it begins scuttling away, and then the second... the goblin seems to fall slack, but the spider just keeps on scuttling, quickly moving out of sight under the tree cover.
Excellent. I will say a brief prayers to Kurnos and Loic in thanks for their eyes and thanks for their aim.
And then like I said, there are a couple of things at night. Because it's not just outside that you spot something. I believe your time with the coin let you learn magic sense, right?
Yeah, I actually already had magic sense like 10.
Yeah, I mean, the etheric attunement thing from being an elfo.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to roll your magic sense. It's just you can just having it trained is sufficient here. At one point, heading when you turn to get some more of your dose of fey drops to keep yourself awake, you just spot something, and it's you don't see it with your mundane eye. You see it with your inner eye. Disturbance in the aether. It's it just lasts for a moment, but it is a pillar of dark power.
Where does it originate?
It looks to be coming from near the riverside, over by the little moot where the halflings of the city live.
Alright, fuck. It's gonna be a long tomorrow. What time is it when this happens?
Let's see, about 3 a.m.
Alright. It's probably not very easy to arouse a bunch of people to go looking around there, but I might give it a go. Both also to, let them know that I've just fucking shot a goblin riding a giant spider in the woods. Should probably tell people instead of just do that.
Actually inform the authorities about something? What type of adventurer are you?
A jaded one.
I'd also have accepted not brain dead one.
Yeah, jaded. The two actions, like the act of becoming smart is identically timed with becoming jaded. You realize the whole world is in fact out to get you, and you evolve from there. Okay, so yeah, I will head down the tower and see if there's someone I can fucking call out to and get a runner going.
Most of the actual officers are asleep, but there are enlisted men standing guard. You could probably
Alright. Hey there, soldier boy.
I
Tell him. I just happened to see, and admittedly took a pot shot at a couple. There are goblins out in the woods already riding spiders. And also, do you know of any magic specialists that are in the area, wizards and the like, that you might have as part of the court?
Roll me a d8 of fate.
Sure. Come on, I've been dropping ones all day. There we fucking go. More ones, baby.
That's some's still awake. Court wizards, insomniac.
Perfect. A fellow mind. Prime Minister action, and if you're able to go and notify Redmayne, General, whatever his title is now, man in charge Red Main, Reichsmarshal, that was it, that there are already goblins on the borders, then it'd be appreciated. I'm sure he'll be awake at least. He does that whole adventurer sleeping timetable thing.
Aye. And he'll
Yeah.
trot.
I'll plumb him a silver as well for the effort, considering it's during the fucking morning. I want him to actually do it.
Fair enough. That'll probably ensure that he does, and yes, he will give you just rough directions to where the senior wizard keeps his quarters.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give his door a big ol' knock.
All right. So you shout to knock it. It just swings itself open, and it looks like the door knocker on it gives you a wink as it does.
All right, fair. Excuse me, Mr. Court Wizard.
Inside, the room is full of sweet-smelling smoke. It's basically impossible to see more than a couple of feet in. But you can make out just indistinct purple glows dotted around. The voice calls out to in reply. Yes. And
All right.
elf.
Yeah, and I saunter. Yes.
I have you come to me.
Tell you what. Open up your magic senses and look in that direction and tell me what you see. And I will point in where the Mootwood pillar of dark magic came from.
Alright, that is almost directly southwest from the castle, so. Pop a roll. I don't have his actual stats already, but I can venture a guess what would or wouldn't be a. And that would be one, but not a very good one. Lingering after effects of magic. Dark magic.
Correct. Spell was cast down there, directly, like, by the riverside, where most of the halflings would be. Great big pillar of the stuff. I could sense it without even having my eyes open at the time of it, when I was atop the fort. Atop the tower, even.
A powerful spell indeed.
I'm a little bit reticent to look directly at it with my own senses. Not the most practiced.
Of course. Of course. I cannot say what the spell accomplished from here. It's too tainted with darkness to make out which winds it used.
Alright then. Might be something worth looking at in the morning and getting to the bottom of it quickly. I know that they're all capable of doing things like summoning pink and purple horrors, and halflings are about their size, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were now suddenly just hiding demons in the little short stacks.
I thought the Reichsmarshal had eliminated that cult.
Of course, that one, but I imagine that anyone who's still capable of throwing around dark magic like that isn't quite done being found and murdered yet.
Obviously.
If we were to expect that they were part of an entirely different chaos cult, but they could be, we could just be that unlucky.
Doubtful, but not impossible.
Tell you what, I bet it was one of them high priests. Secretly, just some demon cocksucker.
Mm,
That whole thing struck me as weird, but Gunnar said he'd handle it.
yes. Oh, I do not believe most demons, especially those affiliated with that cult, based on your description of horrors, would be interested in a phallus.
Sure, let's call it a metaphor then, in the interest of not arsing around.
Oh,
You know, less trust in the gods, yada yada yada, embrace a dark god. Seen it happen. I imagine that one of them in their time of weakness and want has gone and reached out to that particular one, whose name shall not be said. I shrug. Regardless, yeah, looks like they're still active, even with literal war waiting on the borders.
yes, yes. I shall look into it.
Can I try a perception to insight this dude?
Sure, though you can't see him, so you're going to have a negative 20.
Well, I mean, at least I'm good at it. Never mind. Totally trustworthy.
Yeah. I can't give you anything with that, I'm afraid.
No worries. Yeah, I will return to the tower for now, I guess, but I'll try and spread my attention between the forest and the lakeside.
Alright. So, Esva back doing that up. What would the rest of you be getting up to across these few days?
Well, when I get that nice piece of paper, I have to go back to my folks.
Yeah,
It's just my number one priority right now. Find a way to get back into my home and relax without getting shot. I mean, no, he wouldn't shoot me, but he's a hard ass. He'd at least beat me with a belt.
good lord.
I don't know what
Alright.
anyone else wants to do. Maybe I should bring Jolka along for the family reunion in case he starts trying to just beat Jolka can protect me with their shield. No. Does Jolka have anything better to do besides, preparation of defenses and...
Technically, no.
You've already brought me to your family. Time for me to bring you to mine.
Oh no.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
this time hopefully we'll have less assassins. And the same
Hopefully.
amount of booze.
Mm.
Can't guarantee this part, how... Mother never liked this stuff. Alright then, I guess I'm pulling Jolka along for the ride.
Yay.
Anyone else have any other plans? No? We're doing this.
Yeah, I want to see this scene.
Snippy, where did we put the your parents' sheet?
I don't know whether it would be on you, but it's all above Philibert for me.
Ah, yes, right.
I don't know how Roll20 ranges those fuckers. And I've been using it for a long damn while.
Yeah, yeah, they were just in the they were in the characters section rather than the NPC section, which confused me a little.
Understandable. That confused me as well.
Alright, so let me just skip over
See, instead of bothering you
over
with
this stuff.
seats, I found out I had a bunch of backup seats that I wasn't using. So I just converted those into my parents.
Fair.
I was expecting to die a lot more than I have.
I did try. It's
Hey.
just, that arm kept being reattached.
Exactly, you gave it a pretty good shot, but oh, by the blessings of Cain, that arm ain't going nowhere. It's just weird coming from my mouth. Because it's not an imperial deity, it just feels wrong to say.
Okay, so yeah. You can get a document that states that you are on a special deployment, and as well you're given what's the term for it? Yeah, and you are given a document that is formally commissioning you as a captain in the Imperial, in the Pistoleer Regiment of Nuln.
It's good to be back. Right then, Jolka. Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a part of Nuln that we're going in is it's not exactly the best, but I don't think anyone would be dumb enough to mag two people dressed in full plate armor.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, they don't sound like people you even want to mug.
And we look like a bunch of fashionable cunts. Which means there is a very, slightly smaller percentage for us to be. Unless someone really has it out for us, and they're just gonna set up an ambush with guns and try to shoot us dead. That's very unlikely to happen. I've only seen it happen once. There's probably some political assassination or some kind. Right then, let's be off. So, we'll be crossing the bridges. Konrad's parents are on the other side of the. AKA the side that doesn't have the wog on it. The side
Sure.
behind the wog.
How convenient.
Exactly. Totally not just pulled it out of my ass. It was totally pre-planned since the moment I made this character.
Alright, so Just give me a little longer. I need to open some.
As long as you like, Mars.
Please, I like it far too long to be possible. Alright, Bob, would you roll me a D100?
Yeah.
Come on, buddy, get a high roll. Damn it, Bob.
I'm sorry. You know I do the opposite of whatever's fun.
You had one job.
Alright, see ya. So, as you're walking, you eventually get to the bridge, and as you are crossing, a young girl will approach you. Small, human, and crying, crying.
Oh.
Please, miss, I need help.
Alright, where is it?
I'm lost.
Are you now?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I don't believe this. I'm gonna look a little bit closer to this. What do I roll to determine if this is bullshitting us again?
Perception.
Perfect. I'm good at that. I say as a roll of 100.
Yeah, she seems honestly upset and hurt about being lost.
All right. Do you have any idea where your parents might?
No, I'm. She crosses her arms and No. I know where I am, but the mean man said I was lost. And she points towards the other side of the bridge, and you can see there is a man with shaved head and dressed in sackcloth robes. Currently just pointing at people and decrying that they have lost their way and they have forsaken Sigmar.
Oh well, you can't be
They aren't
letting
wrong.
random. You can't be letting random people on the street tell you what you are. If in your heart you know where you are, then bugger whatever random priest say on the street. You know where you are, right?
Yes, mister.
And you know where Sigmar is, right?
Yes, mister.
Right here in our hearts. For without Sigmar, there would be no empire. So just ignore him. He's probably having a bad day. Admittedly, most of the people in this town. Now, with all the stuff that has been going on recently, it's understandable why he'd be a bit more grumpy than.
Right, the girl looks up at you, gives a determined nod, and then marches off.
As long as he knows Sigmar is with all of our hearts. He'll never be lost. I fucked it up. I could say.
Yeah, that's what you should have said.
She's the first one to die. with
That's
York's
such a
attack.
very Conrad thing to do. Like, you give them one, like, semi-arousing speech, and like, fuck.
Oh, that would have been so much cooler if I said it. Damn, I need to stop writing speech. Well, she seems to be taking the fact that she's not lost spiritually or literally, rather. Yeah, if it only was this simple with all people. Usually you have to get them into a bar, you have to get them real drunk. Or, you know, fucking get them into a convention booth. But she seems to be taking her Christ of faith very well. Alright, and we march on.
Alright. So, you are eventually able to get to your parents' house. Why don't you go ahead and describe it for me? What sort of place do they live?
She says, furiously scribbling.
Now, my parents, unlike most of the people in this specific part, have an entire house all to themselves. Thanks to all the money they were making during their fine year. So it's okay. I'm not good with descriptions, so you're gonna have to be patient.
That's
Two
okay.
floors. You know how fucking everything used to be built with stone? Basically that. 2 floors. No windows whatsoever. Not from the front side anyways. And the second floor used to have at some point a wooden balcony, but then that's all rotten and gone, and they haven't bothered to fix that. Now, the house itself is fairly narrow, but pretty long. Because, you know, this is a sport district. We can't have too much. I'd say it's about 15 feet wide and 70 to 80 feet long. And there is a little backyard in the back that is shared with other apartments. Has this big old cherry tree right in the middle. First floor, living room, kitchen, and the second floor is nothing but bedrooms. Nothing but fucking bedrooms, and there are like 6 bedrooms there, but only 4 of them are really used. There's just mostly storages for weapons and other stuff that they have gathered as a family along the year.
Fair enough.
Guess it's time to see if anyone's. I'll walk up to the building, fucking clean my boots, as best as I can.
I'm just gonna bang on the door with a hammer.
And yeah, you beat me to the punch. Merzendi.
So yeah, you knock, and few moments later, there's a shout from within. Who is that?
It's Konrad. Do I hear the click of the blunderbuss?
I was going to ask you to make an audio perception check.
I don't need to listen to it. I can picture it in my mind.
Quick, a pen. Captain Konrad.
I suppose it'd be Captain Konrad now.
Alright, yeah, you can indeed both hear, the click of, a firearms lock being drawn back, and then a moment later, the sound of it being released from Volcock. Captain,
That's a long story. Are we gonna have this conversation with me standing in the middle of the street, or are we gonna have it face to face, old man?
you can then hear the sound of heavy footsteps and the click of the door lock. And that is opened, and indeed your father is there. It's still got the blunderbuss slung over one arm, though the barrel is now pointed down.
Both of my hands are in the air and I'm holding out the slip. Very long story.
He squints at you and just grabs the document. Snippy,
Yeah?
I have terrible news for you. Neither of your parents are literate.
I know! I know! That was part of my plan. It's fine, they don't need to be.
He looks at it and furrows his brow, gives a little nod as he sees the official seal.
I'm like, come on, you really think they'd let a traitor walk into the town like this?
Suppose not. You can. Who's this?
Oh,
He
that's
jerks his head towards Jolka.
Jolka. Good old friend of mine. She's been stuck in with me through thick and thin. Oh, very good beastman, as it turns out. And heretics. And the occasional living dead. And a plethora of things, really.
He
Pretty
nods
good at
again.
gobos too.
Also, a member of the new Rugs Marshal Red Team. Oh boy, that's a... Ooh, that's another subject.
Well, you'd best come in.
Yeah. best do so. I walk into the house.
Alright. Yeah, as you do, Father will raise his voice and call out. Elise, our son's home.
Oh, please do try to contain your excitement. I nearly regret saying that.
He just stops walking for a moment and glares at the back of your head. We'll see how excited I should be when you've told me what you've been doing. I haven't heard good things.
It's a long story, but I'm pretty sure that even if I told you, you wouldn't really believe me.
Oh. Stories from where? From any of those soldiers that turned tail and ran with the false Reich Marshal?
Alright, as I said, the Reich Marshal Jolka is another subject entirely, and we should just take everything nice and slowly. This is going to be quite a big Rick. Alright, just... Oh, how rude of us. Jolka, please, would you go into the kitchen? It's that way. I'll be right there with you.
Aye. It just grudgingly sort of totters off. Just...
When you head into the kitchen, you'll see a woman there. She's currently she's currently filling a couple of steins from a barrel propped up in the corner. When you enter fully armored, she gives you a surprising look over and then nods slightly before looking away and resuming pouring the drinks.
I've been very busy. Didn't really have enough time to change clothes, and also it's really hard to get to a coin purse when you're covered in plate mail.
Not for a dwarf, surely.
And not for a dwarf, but for most everyone else. Or for halfling.
I'm familiar with it. Oh, what is a woman like yourself doing running around with my son?
How would be an interesting... That's a... We bumped into each other, I guess, is the closest way. Our interests are aligned. We're friends.
I'm not fucking with dwarf, ma, I swear.
So you're adventuring companions, I take it.
Oh, yes.
Oh god. Sign of disappointment.
You know, she'll raise her voice slightly so
she can disappoint Konrad.
Konrad and Gerald can hear outside. It's amazing how much time give me a second to get the phrasing right. Yeah. It's amazing how much time off they give Imperial soldiers these days.
It's not like that, ma. It was a special assignment by the Emperor.
It involves many witch hunters. That
chuckles and You went on a special mission for Karl Franz.
Fuck
You.
me. See, they just kick down the door. Metaphorically, I'm not. Of course, I'm not gonna kick down the door, and then when I get stabbed by him. It's a long story. God.
Well, perhaps you should get started telling it.
First of all, let's get one thing completely clear and out of the way. I did not desert. If I had deserted, I wouldn't be having this fancy piece of paper with this very, very hard to forge seal, might I, which is not forged. We'll also add that.
You know, I only started thinking it might be forged when you said it was hard to forge.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Look, you might have heard it. Current Reichsmarshal, fucking vamp. I was one of the troops commissioned by the witch hunters to root out such corrupt. And in fact, for a very brief period of time, me and my comrade over here, Jolka, were in the personal retinue of the Emperor's son, to be more specific. Not the Emperor himself, of course not. He has a swords helm. But we were under the direct employ of his son.
Your father just looks increasingly disappointed.
He's actually a pretty good shot. He fucking bursted head first inside of the rocks. Okay, how the kid? I know many bad things have been said about him, but he personally led the investigation in the current Reichsmarschall house and commissioned the Imperial Dragon to root out this heresy. In a single night, he managed to remove all of the vampires from all single fucking night. And I was there, right there, alongside with him.
Let's see.
Of course, you're not gonna believe any of that.
Your father is just slowly nodding along. He does not look at all convinced. Your mother. Well, let's sit down, have a drink.
Thanks, Ma. I fucking need that. And that's not all. Even if I was a deserter, even if all I'm saying right now was a big load of fucking lies, which I know, it really sounds like it is, I was one of the few troops in the rear guard, delaying the walk that is currently coming to fucking Nuln. And what are you both even still doing here? There's a fucking walk coming. Don't you fucking know that?
You know, Konrad, son, we raised you smart. If you were going to tell us lies, they would make sense. This is too absurd to be made up.
Exactly. Thank you. The voice of reason.
Just a refuge in audacity, that's what this is.
Of course you'd say that. Of course you'd fucking say that. You haven't changed a bit, old man.
But anyway, you asked why we were here? Of course we heard about the war. And look, I'm not stupid, Konrad. I know how orcs are, and if none falls, it wouldn't do us any good to be caught by them out on the road.
You're right.
It's better that we stay here. We do our bit to help, and if we end up being killed, we'll be being killed doing the Emperor's work, making Sigmar proud.
It's... Well, I do appreciate the sentiment. I would like to remind the both of you that you are not in the prime of your youth anymore. And orcs are a fair bit harder to kill. Specifically these ones. They're quite big and they have a lot of armor on. And you know, whatever you were facing back in your time.
I've killed black orcs before. Sure, I'm not as young as I was, but now I'm smarter, and I know how to kill them better. I don't have to improvise.
I see. The whole with age comes wisdom stick. Ah, God, it's just...
You get to complain about it when it stops being true, boy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is there any way I can at least dissuade you from exiting the wall? If there are any regiments going outside the wall, just know.
Sorry, I'm not following what you said. Could you say it again?
Please don't take any suicidal assignments, I beg of you. If you're gonna join the militia, take a nice, safe, and easy post inside the city. Pick up any goblins that might slip past our defense.
And your mother shakes her head slightly. No. We volunteered for the new Pistoleer regiment being raised.
Oh. Oh. Just gonna start laughing. Oh, so you did. Oh. I can't believe this is happening.
What's so funny?
So, you remember when I made the comment outside the door? Captain Konrad.
Your father gives a slow nod, and you can just you can see his brow furrowing as he starts to realize where this seems to be going.
Well then. We'd be glad to have you on board. I trust you still have horses.
Your your dad just presses his lips together in a flat line and nods again. We, hey, we bought. We'll need to buy a new tack, but still got horses.
Oh, this is gonna be a regular fucking family reunion. Ugh. It's true what they say. Like father, like son, eh?
Seems so.
Oh, come on. Not even just a shred of pride. What else do I have to fucking do, my old man? I got promoted to captain. I was in the personal retinue of the Emperor's son. What do I need to do to please you?
Kill the bloody orcs.
Oh, I've been doing that already.
Good. Now keep on doing it.
I missed you. I missed you both. It's good to be fucking back. Oh, come here. I'll go for a hug.
Yeah. Your dad will hug back and, well, just as he does, just pound his fist on your back.
Oh, there'll be plenty of orcs to kill.
Yeah. Oh. Good job, sir. Sigmar's cock, that'll take some getting used to.
I'm sure you'll manage. Now, do we have anything to drink? No, it's rude to have a dwarven guest over and not bust out the finest of our brandies. I mean, unless you've tried it all over.
Hey, your mother had already poured out
I completely missed
stein
this.
full of a decent beer. And it's decent. It's probably not
Yeah, no, my
not
parents are
the
not the kind of
finest, but
be keeping fucking fine brandy around. Unless someone gifted it to them. They would never go and buy that themselves. Alright then, I'm just gonna sit down and have a nice old family reunion and get really, really fucking
yeah, I
rubbing it in there. I outrank you, old man.
Bob, why don't you go ahead and make a consume alcohol test as well?
Oh no.
Oh, I know that game, Rob.
No, well,
Your dad passes out.
You try.
he officially just drinks himself into a brief coat.
So, when did the assassins arrive this time, Mers?
No!
Just going to step away.
There is a precedent, really.
Oh. Come on! I want to have one family reunion with Jolka that doesn't involve assassins.
Just going to step away for a couple of minutes. I need to use the restroom. Anyone else needs to do anything? Now's your chance.
Yeah, he's already crumped.
That's pretty great. I feel like orcs are pretty much the deepest of the memeable Warhammer things.
Oh yeah, they are. That's
Holy shit, they're so much fun.
like half their names are just based on joke references.
It also doesn't have that. I know model makers are most fan of orc armies because they most suit like kit bashing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like you'll never see more like randomly themed armies than you do out of orc ones. I know someone who made like an orc army whose leader was like a bunch of pieces from Lord of the Rings armies as well. And it wasn't the orc or the orcs as you might expect, but some of the human pieces. He made an orc out of Gandalf pits.
Yeah.
And it worked, and they all worked.
Oh my god, yes.
It's like all they do.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the disguised Lemon Rust? There's just a bunch of orc boys holding up different parts of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fucking orc players are just top tier when it comes to kit bashing. No comparison there.
Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can just find it strolling through. Oh well,
Boop. You find it?
I found this.
All right, that's pretty great.
Oh my god.
Well played. Very well played.
They say orcs can loot literally anything. I'm inclined to believe them.
Is Mers back yet?
Nope.
Cool. I found a husky. Hello, husky.
Hello, Husky.
Found the husky? Or did the husky found you?
Yeah, I
What is the
opened my
question?
bag of Cheez-Its, and sure enough, there was a little click on my door. So now I got a husky in the room.
Oh. Oh no.
Good girl.
Aw, hello Loki.
Look at you, you're getting fucking puppy time.
Is she
It's fine,
feeling
I
better?
have
Didn't she get booped by a car?
Yeah, she did, but she's walking better now.
Well,
Like, apparently there was no broken bones.
that's good.
Lucky is too fucking hard.
So she's just, yeah.
Aww. Hello, puppy.
Good hours.
She's trying to, she's trying to wake up her brother.
That's just mean.
Oh, you back to loving me now?
And leaving her brother the fuck alone.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're having quality puppy time on the background.
Loki's ears are super soft.
I'm having quality kitty time.
Hmm.
Totally, it's not like all of the cats in this house ignore me.
Come on.
Ah,
So yes, you know, the Hummels all get drunk, along with Jolka, and they all wake up the next morning missing their eyes, kidneys, and
Yay!
Except for Konrad.
Poor buckets.
Konrad was the
Yeah, no,
flying
Konrad
home.
would just be missing his left arm.
ah, bugger, not again.
Not again!
God blimey, Mom!
yes, for once, you are able to just have a family meeting with no trouble. No vampire SS break in to murderize you. No goblin ninjas sneak out of the cistern, and no cultists have slipped mutating poison into the food.
But is the food dead people?
You will never know. It does taste a bit like chicken.
Hey,
It
don't worry
vaguely
guys, it's chicken.
resembles-
Hello, Ram.
It's supposed to be chicken. Hi, Rem.
Savin, that was mean.
That was absolutely fucking me.
The worst part is then Vaska failed her save versus gay, so she's got a hands-on lesson on how to please men from Luminitsa now.
You did what?
More like Merz did what? I tried. I even spent fortune to save, but rolled a 90, so it's fine.
Cock and ball torture.
Oh yeah, so I unlocked the torture skill through doing so. I hope you like BDSM.
Yeah,
I hope you like CBT.
That's most likely not gonna happen.
That's what you say now.
You won't have much of a choice later, else it's gonna happen, and you'll be enjoying yourself. Just let it happen.
You know,
Just
Good
wait until
day.
Vaska is wearing a black leather bodysuit and it has a bigger cock than you as a strap-on.
you know, I was enjoying my time with you. I knew you were a gift from Slanesh.
Now I'm gonna have to murder you.
Look, you may want to be rough in bed. That is fine. You want to do a little choking? That is fine. Be aware that I have a lot more strength than you.
Stay away from my yowie hole.
That's so romantic, Rem.
Oh shit, I just realized what I said. Goddamn, that was dark.
Yeah!
Well, you know, this is romantic for Norskins.
Also, yeah.
I mean, let's not forget, this is Gunnar. He comes from a very, very harsh place.
So, what all did I miss, besides from you insulting my manhood?
I had a family reunion.
Oh yes,
Esva had a goblin that was riding a spider from God knows how far away. How far was that?
Oh, so he killed a scout?
Fucking yes, he fucking destroyed his ass.
I mean, if I'd rolled better at damage, I'd have been happier, but the modified damage numbers were enough anyway, because it was just a fucking
Esva
goblin.
is fucking artillery piece.
Yeah, I hit for 90 wounds on aimed long range. Aimed extreme range.
Wait, so this was just one scout, right?
I mean, there were a bunch of spiders, spider riding gobbos out there in the, like, woods across that expanse, and I just sort of, you know, shot at it with fire arrows so I could see them better. Oh, and also someone cast some fucking dark magic. A great big pillar of dark magic showed up during the night watch.
Oh, that was supposed to be a surprise. He was
Well,
the advisor.
yeah, near Halfling land. So obviously the Halflings are all secretly fucking pink horrors now.
Birds all half
Purge all the Halflings.
Tank.
I did tell a wizard. He said he'd handle it.
Or at least he'd look at it.
Yeah.
You also told the guard, so that
Yes. So you have been notified.
eventually. Or he should be notified eventually.
I see. Is there anything else I should be aware of?
Yes.
Coming from you, that's concerning.
You know what? Never mind. You don't need to know. This is fine.
Now I actually do need to know.
Konrad's parents, didn't just volunteer for the militia, because they are both competent riders and, and at least, the dad can use actual guns, they volunteered with those, Pistoleers that, were being raised from the university.
Good. An experienced commander can help lead the young.
Okay, he's more like a graybeard who's going to charge at the first.
Well, I was thinking
Start
age and experience tempering youth and exuberance.
What I was thinking is,
I'm going to have to ride with. I'm going to have to like hang on to the back of Konrad so he doesn't lose his arm again while he tries to save his parents. That's what I've been thinking.
I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. I want to use my connections with the Reich Marshals to get them under my command so they don't get themselves killed. And we can fight all together like a big happy family. And die together like a big happy family. That'll be so good.
Alright then, so... So yes,
I
can
don't think my palm has left my face for this entire conversation so far.
well at least it's your
come
face
on.
and not somewhere else.
I'll be a great commander, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I did fucking great back in the siege of the other town that I don't remember its fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
Kemperbad.
Kemperbad. I did fucking great in Kemperbad.
Alright, so we'll close out on the on that scene, and yeah,
So
I guess we can pick up whenever Gunnar, you've just returned from your day of meetings with all and sundry. You only got out late, and now you're just settling in, starting to actually fall asleep, and there is a rap upon your chamber door.
I pick up an axe. Who is it?
News, sir.
I open the door. Axe in hand.
There is a soldier there. Looks like one of the night guards. Sir, Elf spotted some things. Goblins in the woods and weird magic.
I like how calm, cool, and collected he said that.
Well, how else are you supposed to react when you're staring down a damn near 7-foot Norskin with an axe staring at you?
I just like he's reading it from a sheet, just like, yeah, gonna get some. But we need some food rations. There's a giant death portal opening in the middle of the city.
I mean,
And,
that's
some
how I
bullets.
used to read reports.
And
That's how everyone reads reports.
There was a mortar strike, refugees, less refugees after the mortar strike, more refugees post. Somehow. Very. Oh boy. So goblins in the woods, huh? And this weird magic is that.
Yes,
I see. Has anyone investigated it yet?
Elf went to speak to a wizard.
I see. Good. If it does become a... Alright. Keep me informed if anything else develops upon that particular issue.
So,
Merzendi?
yeah?
Oh, it just sounded like you cut out there after the search.
Oh, no, that was just, an affirmative, sir.
I love this guy.
Very well. Thank you. And you said this is like late, kind of like late in the evening, right?
And it's no longer evening. It's like 3:30 in the morning.
I see. Thank you for informing me.
The soldier will nod and wait to be dismissed.
Oh, you can go.
So, and with that, he turns smartly on his heel and makes his way back to his post.
I suppose, closing the door. Goblin scouts, which I can only assume to be scouts. Strange magic welling up. That's a concern, probably linked to either the orcs or the cult situation. Still haven't figured out the cult situation. Who would have thought that having this kind of position would be focusing on this many things at once rather than just fighting?
Sighing is not a dialogue choice.
Sighing is always a dialogue choice.
Hey, Dead Silence was a dialogue choice in New Vegas. Or was it
He's had a
Fallout
lot of
4?
good choices.
Actually, yeah, now I think about it, make sighing a dialogue choice in the next RPG. Be groundbreaking. Most relatable character ever.
Yeah,
Facepalm and sigh.
Clearly, that's what CD Projekt Red need to do. Just in Cyberpunk, just
Sighing is always an option.
have always just have the full dialogue choices, and then just have the sigh button, where you are just disappointed with everyone.
No, there's two separate buttons like that. One is a sigh, and one is a non-committal grunt.
Yeah, just like that noise first made.
Mm. You know, like, for my first test, this is a pretty wild one, I'll give you that.
First test.
First test.
Well,
Right? You
first
fucking...
test in this new position. I need rest. Eyes burning. I was Are you saying like super dead about me, or?
No, like
Alzak the Slaughterer.
yeah.
Asshag the Slaughterer, lol.
Fucking dork orc.
And you got shoved into lockers as a little sporling.
But yes, he was hunted down and killed by the Knight's Panther, and his magic crown was taken back to Alt.
Wasn't that the crown that gave you regeneration?
No, it was the crown that Nagash lives in.
Yeah, it's the crown full of dark necromancer power.
Oh, I'm thinking of a
I mean, I'm
different
sure
crown.
regeneration's in there somewhere.
No, I'm thinking of a different crown.
You know what'd be worse? Is if Nagash now has an orc permanently in his head.
Oh, he's being
Like-
trolled and it's the other way around now.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh
Mistakes
my
are
god.
made.
I forget. Wasn't like Nagash like cock fucked for like a couple centuries? No, like a couple decades because an orc accidentally put.
Yes, that is Ajak the Slaughterer.
Correct. Yes, that is Azag the sorcerer who wore the necromancer's fucking crown.
I'd like to think that he actually just wore the necromancer, like found a skeleton, like made like a fucking cloak out of him. Well, Merzendi,
Now strikes me that the vampires totally had access to the fucking Nagash crown.
yeah.
What you
but they
mean
probably
is
didn't
we
think it.
have access to the Nagash crown.
Please
Look,
no.
You
Out
had
of all-
enough.
out of
You
all-
had enough. You go.
Out of all the shitty options, bringing Nagash back into the world is one of the worst options.
Look,
I've
what's
already
he
worn
gonna
a
do?
necromancer
Cause the
trying to
end
take me over?
times?
Yeah, no, look, I've
Okay.
already had that happen to me. Okay, guys?
Okay, compared to Nagash, who was in your head was Chump Boy Chimp, alright? Compared to Big
Yeah.
Chungus Nagash.
Yeah, you had enough trouble dealing with like a regular Wraith Lich living in a party member's head. Up that to the god of necromancy, and that's just no.
Look, you wear one necromancer, you warn them all.
Okay,
I don't
just...
know.
Well, Merzendi, since I'm doubting anyone wants to have fucking meetings at 3 a.m., and I doubt that my stamina can keep up that much longer, I guess I would write. Well, not the mental stamina, not physical. Very different. I suppose I'd do a little bit more writing in my book, and then go back to bed. Or go to bed, for
Alright.
that matter. Do you want me to make any tests for that? Because I think it's actually pretty fucking...
Not tonight, I don't think. I mean, there's not really much time before you need to actually fall asleep.
Very well.
Which is to say, you absolutely could do it, but if you did, you would either miss out on a chunk of tomorrow, or you'd be dealing with like fatigue.
Yeah,
Come
having the fucking like general of the army being fatigued is probably not a grand idea.
Look, you need to be fatigued so the assassins can get you.
I sleep with a knife. I would love to see them.
I mean,
Nope,
so-
I'm not going to jinx
You
it.
don't even need to stab them.
I
Your
call
forehead
my
probably
knife
does more damage.
wifey.
Just
Say it.
headbutt
This is
them
my
and-
knifeu for lifeu.
Look,
I keep it
Normally,
closer
I'm
than my
not-
waifu.
If you're a good assassin, you'll never see them coming. That's the point.
look, the
but
last one we
it's
didn't see
dramatic
coming, and
assassin.
look, the last assassin we had, we didn't see coming, and we trapped him in a closet and then burned him alive.
The last wait, which one are you talking about?
Yeah,
The
he
guy
blew
that
himself
failed
up.
to kill our laughing man. What the fuck was his name?
Bruno.
Bruno.
You
yes,
mean the
thank
one that Avenclad practically single-handedly took care of himself because of luck? He lucked
Yeah,
onto
yeah,
that guy.
it was raw luck. Real luck on both parts, and then he, got trapped in a cupboard and then blew himself up, and then he blew himself the fuck up.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm sleeping with a knife this time around because normally I'm armed with Vaska in bed.
Are you forgetting
Please
that
don't
damage your
try to wield Vaska.
Please
She'd
wield me,
break.
daddy.
mean
Wield me harder.
Anyway.
Okay, that went weird.
Also, I have a toughness of 60. I won't break.
Oh, I meant like picking you up and just like shaking you at my problem, and you like freezing it away.
It's not like a magic 8-ball and the spell of choice comes out.
I mean, if you
Sometimes
tease
you get
Vaska
outlook
enough,
not
that is
good.
how she works.
Alright, anyway, let's move on to the next morning. We're going to stick with Gunnar a little bit. It's about 10 a.m. when you wake up.
How many knives are in my chest?
How many did you put there?
None.
Then there are negative knives.
One of your
Excellent.
knives was stolen.
Again? Fucking midgets, I swear.
You can get yourself dressed, splash some water on your face, and when you exit your quarters, there is a staff officer there waiting. Sir, you received the report last night?
Yes, of goblin scats in the forest and some sort of dark magical phenomena. I believe in the Halfling Court.
Yes, sir. Magical phenomena?
I forgot, we're not allowed to say phenomena at this table. Do.
I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't aware about any magical happenings.
That's a non-issue. What are you here to speak about?
Yes, sir. Captain Schwartz thought that it may be useful to speak with some of the sorry, let me start that over again. Captain Schwartz thought that you might wish to speak with someone who knows the woods well, sir.
Yes, that would actually be incredibly wise. A very good idea.
Well, sir, we found that one of the prisoners we have a mutant of some sort. It had served as a woodsman for some time before being discovered.
I see. And it has an offer?
We have not spoken to it yet, sir. Because of its, well, we thought it would be wise to ask you first, sir.
I see. I'd have to speak to him myself. I'm assuming you want to. The idea is to release him and use him. We will see. We will see.
Yes, sir. He is in the cellars at present. As soon as you are ready, sir, I can show you to him.
And of Schwartz?
He is. The captain is currently taking inventory of our powder, sir.
Good. And at some point I'll have to speak to some of the others. Yes. Thank you.
Very good, sir.
And I suppose I'll throw on some armor and grab some gear and go with it.
So yes, you are shown down to some to the cells in the castle, a little dungeon, and you're shown to the right, to the proper cell. There is a man inside. DCL, why don't you go ahead and describe the person Gunnar sees in the cell?
Well, picture that I have accurate. He is very scraggly hair, black man, and he is completely locked up in chains right now, down in the prison with his own special little cell.
You have nothing to lose but your chains, comrade.
And he's just nodded off, completely snoring, not a care in the world. Looks relatively healthy despite what is a obviously dingy dungeon that should be horribly disgusting and should give you, I don't know, polio just by going into it. I know that's not how polio
Fucking
works.
polio.
I know that's not how polio works. That's how bad the prison is.
I flex the polio away.
It's so fucking sick. We have polio in the walls. It's like fiberglass insulation around here.
Well, I was about to say, apparently asbestos capes are still in vogue, so I wouldn't be surprised.
So yeah, the man in front of you is just snoring away.
Prisoner.
Snoring.
Oi. Fuck what?
Huh? What?
See, I know, it's wonderful they respond to that.
What a nice nap. Oh! Finally, somebody at the cell!
Hmm.
You come to tell me when I can come out, sir?
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? I gave the name to my gods, but I'll give it to you again if you need.
That would be appreciated.
Well, name's Gavin. Gavin Green. Like the headband I got on. Like to keep it on my head so I don't forget.
I see.
I want him to be colorblind like a dog, and it's just not a green headband.
That would be hilarious, but I didn't think of that.
That picture looks like it's a blue headband too.
No, that's like a very dark kind of hued green. It's not really.
Yeah, I'd go green.
Yeah, I'd say green too.
I would say the dirt has probably caked it so much that it barely looks green. It's had it for a long time.
So, prisoner 24601. Name Gavin Green.
Hi.
I
They
heard
said
you-
it was.
I heard that. I heard you that you're a woodsman. You know
Oh, yeah.
You know the area well.
Oh yeah, sure. See, the gods didn't believe me when I told them I had a last name. What with me being a peasant and all. But my father said we should have a last name, and no one was right around to stop him, so we have a last name.
Getting back to my point. You know
Oh,
the
yeah, the
area
forest.
well.
Of course, know the forest like the back of my hand.
Hmm.
Love this
Interesting.
Wait,
He could be useful to the war effort.
wait. Are you telling me that I could not only get out of here, but help the Imperial Army?
Possibly.
Oh my... Oh, it would be an honor, sir. I've always wanted to help the Imperial Army. Have you seen them in action, sir? They're startling.
Yes, I have. I run them.
Wait, You run the Imperial Army, sir.
I just look up and see the absolutely fuck enormous feather in my hat. Yes, I run things.
Well, forgive the insolence, sir. Gavin's gonna stand up and just like start shucking off all the trains, and he's gonna come over and like try to shake your hands to the bar. Please, sir, it's such an honor to meet you.
There is a bit of a problem, however. I
No
heard you're a
problem,
mutant.
Mutant? Oh, is that the word for it? I mean, they call me plenty of things when they brought me in here. Didn't really pay much attention. You know what my father says? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, I suppose that goes the same for listening. So if no one's saying nice things to you, you just stop listening to them.
I would like to use magical sense on this gentleman.
Sure.
Just-
I am, there is a corona of magic around him, but it's not dark magic. It's firm and bitter and strong. And, don't mind, it's very much similar to your own magic.
Father said I wasn't supposed to talk about my condition, none. Right? What gives the people the fears? It is the right word for it, right? Condition?
I suppose.
I mean, considering you're the owner of the Imperial Army, the leader of it, I guess I could tell you what exactly it is.
Sure.
See, whenever I think real hard, focus, I get, well, hairy.
Okay. Hairy.
Yeah, real hairy. Like hair all over my palms, not just my head, my head face. I get real hairy everywhere. And then I get really big, and everything goes black and white, and I can smell really well.
I see. So, is it some sort of transformation then?
Transformation? That one of those
Yes.
fancy learned words.
Trust me, I'm not much for I'm not one much for scholarly words.
Well, you're probably
Seems
smarter
that
than I am. So, I don't know if it's that, but maybe it is.
I see. Soldier, what is this man's crimes? If any.
Well, see, I think it was I was hunting monsters without a permit.
Green.
He, sir, it is a mutant. Its very existence is criminal.
It's an affront to God.
Curious that you say mutant. Yet I sense no dark magic on him.
Sir, let me assure you, this creature, it is a werewolf, sir.
Nah, I don't think wolf's the right word. Too big to be a wolf. I know some wolves. Good friends.
What knowledge, if any, would that fall under?
What?
Werewolves or lycanthropes or lycanthropy?
In this case, this would fall under academic knowledge or religion. You will have plus 10 because you are yourself an Ulrican.
Oh, so that's theology, which is... Hot damn, that's actually my best knowledge.
Like what?
Oh,
What did you?
right. It was. It's called theology, not religion. My
But is it Gunnar also a werewolf?
Well, yes, actually, but I mean, this is. Does he know about the thing in general, or just or does he think he's special snowflake? All right, success.
You know, I'm gonna re-roll that because I feel I can do.
Are you sure? I don't think you need to.
Well, as a Norscan, I kind of know about one form of werewolves, but well,
I mean,
true.
it's up to you if you want to. You know, I just don't think you need to. You've got a success there, and that's all you need in general.
Like, as an Orskin, this is probably the first werewolf you've seen that isn't just brimming with grub.
True. Most time, if you say a Norscan werewolf, you think skin wolf, and skin wolves are barely sane.
They're not sane. They're fucking animals.
Probably in their off time.
Even in their own time, they do make great. They act like fucking animals, man. They're just gone, unhinged. I don't know how else to put this.
So yeah, are you accepting the 81, or are you being or are you embracing hubris?
I'll take the 81.
Alright. So it's not something you are especially familiar with, but you know enough. You know yourself. And well, examining the magic, the corona around him, this does not. Well, this does not appear to be a corrupted werewolf. Not a servant of the dark gods. Not a mutant, the way the officer seems to think. Instead, he seems to be a blessed one.
Oh no, he's a
One
good
who
boy.
is indeed one who was born with a gift from Ulrich to be one of the Winter King's good boys.
See, I was making the usual rounds around my forest, right? Me pa, he's a monster hunter, and I inherited the business, right? But he said he lost a permit, so I wasn't supposed to be going around showing people that I'm hunting monsters, right? Because I like to hunt monsters when I'm all big and furry. Well, I saw the Imperial Army coming over, and I couldn't help myself. I wanted to say hi to them.
Okay.
But then they started getting angry and shouting at me, and I figured, well, they must have thought me a monster. What for? So I'll just change back into my normal form. But then, before I knew it, they're slapping cuffs around me and telling me I'm under arrest for Imperial Legion. And I figure, well, it's the Imperial Army, so they always do the right thing. So I figured I'd just let them take me where they gotta take me. That's how I ended up here.
You know, you're lucky that I'm actually rather learned in theology.
Theology? Another fancy person word?
The study of faiths and religion.
I don't know nothing much about no faith. I just make sure to say thank you when the gods do provide.
Soldier, to which god do you pay? To which god do you pay the most homage?
I follow Sigma, sir.
Hmm. Interesting. Have you ever heard the story of creatures known as the Chosen of Ulrich? Or the
Children.
true sons of the children of Ulrich?
Um, let's see. Does this guy have any jobs here? He's got academic knowledge history. He might. I've heard of them, sir, but I thought they were metaphorical parables to whom the Ulrich's followers are meant to aspire to be like.
Up until recently, so did I.
I don't rightly know what a metaphor is, but I'm the father of Gavin. I'm Gavin Jr.
I adore this.
Soldier, I believe what we are looking at isn't a mutant in the traditional sense, so much as a magical being, the same vein as, well, an elf or a walking tree.
Right. You may be right, sir.
You've piqued my interest, Mr. Green. And with your knowledge of the forests and your knowledge of monster hunting, I believe the Imperial Army can put you to good use.
Does that mean I get to enjoy the Imperial Army, sir?
On a temporary basis.
Just
You
fucking
won't
throw your
regret
money at it.
Gavin's gonna just like walk out through the door. He broke the door a long time ago. He just stayed in because he's not supposed to leave. You won't regret it, sir. I'm gonna give you proper salutes and learn all the manners, and I'll say, "Sir, yes, sir," every time you give an order.
We should put him in Konrad's squad.
The Conrad squad are all horsey and shooty, and this boy needs to go fucking buck wild in the middle of a horde of dudes.
I don't think the horses would like having something like that around.
Yeah. How's he gonna bite a Black Hawk's throat out from horseback?
Exactly.
Oh my god, give it to Vaska. She turns up. Ice Witch needs a protecting good boy because she has to stand still and cast her wizardry.
Mr. Green, I'm Gunnar Redmayne, and I believe we can put you to good use.
Yes, sir, Mr. Redmayne.
Lord Redmayne, Mr. Green, he is Lord Redmayne.
Ah, right, Mr. Lord Redmayne.
If I'm being perfectly honest, Soldier, I'm not used to the title yet myself.
Still, sir, it is important you are shown the appropriate courtesies.
I know.
I agree. After all, what's a soldier without respect?
Good. We can put you to use. Follow me.
Why, certainly. We're gonna go to the meat hall. I could go for a drink and some food. Not that they exactly didn't feed me. It's just their portion sizes were so small.
Perhaps we can feed you a burger.
Oh god, did we enlist Terrere? Oh no.
I don't know what a burger
No.
is, but if it's made of meat, I want it.
It's
We
meat
did.
and bread and like little bits of vegetable matter in the middle. It's great.
Bread. Right. That's that fluffy stuff I see some people eating on the streets.
Yes, it's It's what halflings wrap sausages around.
Oh, so that's why they keep yelling sausage in a bun.
Yes.
Never been able to eat one of those sausage things. Every time I smell one, I just try to go after and get one. They all run away.
Have you ever considered why?
Well, no, I don't really necessarily know why. I figured I just wasn't supposed to have one. One of those foods for the fancy noble people.
Your enthusiasm is appreciated. You will do well.
Well, I thank you for the compliment, Mr. Lord Redmayne, sir.
Soldier, I suppose we will continue now. And if Mr. Gavin Green can live up to his expectations, I believe he'll be a fine addition to our army.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir. Shall I have him outfitted with a uniform, sir?
I'd say don't bother. Whenever I get all big and stuff, all my clothes tend to rip off. That's why I just usually go around in pants.
I see.
Ooh, I know. You could give me a hat.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yes, sir.
Ulrich, is this what you're offering me now? Okay. I'll make do.
Gavin will kind of look around and say, I don't see an orc, sir.
The gods are always listening. It's good to talk. And I suppose we're going to be moving on.
Yeah. So I've finally gotten DCL actually back and involved again. I am glad. So what does everyone actually need / want to accomplish today? Yeah. It's now 6 days.
A few more rounds
until
with
the
Herova.
Excellent. But yeah, it's now, I believe, 6 days until the main body of war is expected.
We need to continue investigating the potential of corruption amongst the high priests. If there is anything more to be done with investigating the magic that sprung up in the Halfling Quarter, that needs to be investigated as well. I suppose there's no witch hunters in this city.
Witch hunters everywhere, mate.
I suppose outsourcing investigative fuckery to them is out of the question.
Not at all.
Why would it be out of the question? That makes the most sense.
There are witch hunters fucking everywhere, mate.
Yeah,
It might be pretty
I
good
will.
when they know there's a real ass witch.
I will ask you to roll a D8 of fate for me. There are definitely witch hunters here, but the better your roll will determine you know, how many witch hunters and how competent they are.
Turns out
It may just be you you get like
the Inspector
basically that
Clouseau.
evil Batman's cousin, you know, the guy who was just running around murdering prostitutes and using the witch hunters for institutional legitimacy.
Who?
Yeah, you met the guy up in you know, up
Do
in the
you
north of
remember
the Empire.
The one to stop the Kislovites?
Oh, him. I forget. Did we ice him or did we hide from it?
You ran away.
Yeah, we did
Oh.
not bother with him because, you know, dead witch hunters. Kind of bad. If we kill that one, the more competent might have shown up.
Turns out I roll ass. I either get Inspector Clouseau, or I get one that actually still.
Who knows? You might just get a competent adventurer. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud.
Well, Snips, you jinxed it.
I forget. Is high good or bad with the D8 effect?
Badness.
Because it's Warhammer, you want to roll low.
Damn. No chance of reroll?
No. Also, give me just a minute to drop something.
Oh wait, that also reminds me. At some point when I get a little bit of downtime away from official duties, I need to go troll the the fucking something dark side. I want to see if I can find a fucking toadstone in this goddamn city.
You can fucking try.
I've been trying for what session are we on?
63.
I've been trying for 62 sessions.
It's fine. Our post-game quest will be just finding a goddamn toadstone.
No, the post game quest is gonna be the post game quest is gonna be me in the new world slapping a slam priest and telling me, "Where's my goddamn money? Give me my goddamn toads."
I am back.
I know you're here, Dracula, you big goddamn nerd. Where's my fucking money? Is that? But it's me on a slam priest demanding a toad.
Alright, so. Yeah, with Honor 6, there are a couple of witch hunters, still stationed here. Apparently a significant number of them were, dispatched to, the northern provinces, by, orders from higher up. And now it's just a couple of junior ones and one actually experienced one to supervise them.
Wait, does that mean like a bunch of them are sent north to try to fucking find?
Mm-hmm. All that can be said for certain is that they were sent away from Nuln.
You know, they don't even probably know where half of their.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. You've got like one okay witch hunter and a couple of like young and dumb ones. So you can outsource to them, but don't expect the best result. So
Can't do any goddamn thing right in this damn city.
So, would you like to hand something off to them? And if so, what?
I will have them, in addition to the wizard, I want them to keep an eye on the situation in and around this potential magical phenomena that cropped up. It did crop up in the Halfling Quarter.
Yes, in the little moot.
Just keep an eye on the magical situation, the little moot. If anything suspicious does happen, it is to be reported. If it is something that they feel that they can 100% handle, and I do mean that with emphasis, 100% handle, they can handle it, but anything else is to be reported to superiors or through proxy reported to me. And as much as this is probably going to leave a very bitter taste on their lips, if the wizards do investigate, what kind of wizard did you go for?
The senior one.
A senior wizard. All right.
He was the official court wizard for the Countess.
Oh, that's not reassuring. Wasn't the
It's
Countess a vampire?
You know, it's not supposed to be reassuring.
It's believed as such.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he
You
is.
never actually got confirmation if she was or wasn't.
Well, if she's not a vampire, we at least know she's in cahoots with him. We can tell they hang out together at the ball.
I mean,
Just
the
a-
vampires hung out with you guys at the ball for a bit. Are
For a
you in
bit. He
cahoots?
was with them the entire time. It's condemning enough, for me at least.
Observe and report. I believe that's the official military term. Observe and report.
Alright, so I shall make a roll for effective. Oh, meh. So you will get some information from them, and that is essentially that yeah, something fucked up and magic happened. A half dozen young halflings were found dead, and their internal organs arrayed in a ritualistic fashion.
Hey, this is something we might need to handle.
And they can't find any leads from there. Just there are dead halflings. They were killed. They were sacrificed as some sort of spell component. That's
How
it.
nice! How very nice!
I have a feeling that they could have investigated harder, but they chose not to because they're midgets.
I have a feeling this is like a fucking 500 XP party that's on the.
That's another thing that needs to be handled now. So, what else is on my to-do list for today? Need to have a meeting. Need to have a meeting with the Sigmarite. Now I have to organize an investigation into what the fuck happened in the little moot. Uh, need to continue organizing the army. Need to, well, I don't know, am I supposed to give speeches to the masses or something like that? I don't know. Do I have just like an aide like halfway glued to me at some point? Like, is that the kind of army this runs, or is it more or less I'm allowed to like go around?
I mean, does
Just-
Gavin Grain count as an aide?
Yeah, you can have Gavin Grain. If you request either from Captain Schwartz or General von Schmeiser, you can get an actual dedicated aide-de-camp, or 3. You're a high enough rank that you're entitled to at least 3.
I swear to God. Sigh again. Sigh again, motherfucker.
Should I just get the titty bar soldier to be my aide? Because I have a feeling he's used to my shenanigans at this.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, I will. I will have. I will have brothels, the brothel officer, as an aide. Because apparently I just need some people to inform me about what exactly is on my fucking to-do list at this point. Because it seems every time I take a step, more bullshit gets put on my to-do list. Oh my god, it's like I run an army or something.
Yes, sir. You will get used to it. It'll never actually get better, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, aside from the meetings with the religious heads, the investigation into the little moot, further preparation of the war effort, am I missing anything on my list?
Let's see, sir. You as the Countess is not present, you aren't required at any state functions. The men might appreciate your presence somewhat for a while, but that's optional. There is a dwarven thane who is demanding that he and his retinue be placed at the forefront of the fighting.
Wonderful.
And I believe, sir, you were considering sending for reinforcements from the Wissenland.
Oh, I thought I already did that. Yes. Yes.
Well, I believe, sir, the issue was you were considering going in person rather than simply sending messages.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving my men. I'm not leaving the men here because I've any kind of war group without a head will become eventually disorganized. I will stay here, and we can send a messenger for hopeful reinforcements.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And now for the meeting with the Sigmarite.
I swear to God, Rem, you are sighing more than you are actually,
It's like
putting
saying
out words.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
It's okay.
I'm not exaggerating when I say a fuck massive summer storm blew through and just sat on me for 20 minutes and just soaked me all the way through.
Alright. So,
I literally had to stand in front of a fan for 20 minutes to dry off.
bloody hell. But yeah, so this doesn't keep going on and on forever. Let's see. What do you actually want to accomplish while meeting the Lector of Sigma?
To get an idea of his personal character, to really get into his shit with the nitty gritty. Not accuse, but strongly imply that I know certain things about his personal life. And that is kind of laid bare, especially with all that. And yeah, magical sense, maybe a little bit of mild intimidation. But ultimately, affirmations that they are more than willing to supply aid in defending this city.
Alright. So yes, let's just summarize his side of it. Make me first off a perception roll. Alright. Yeah, you get a pretty good handle on what type of guy this is. He is simultaneously very devout and very hypocritical. He absolutely believes in the words and laws of Sigma. He just, well, at some point he lost track of the fact that they apply to him as well.
I know I'm not a Sigmarite, but I believe the intimidation, if I could flavor that as put the fear of God back into him, would be appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's what you want to do, then you can definitely do it.
Speaking from one religious figurehead to, well, mildly another, I guess, in my.
Alright, so please go ahead and pop me that intimidate roll.
Any bonuses?
If you show off, the divine mark on your head and similar such things, I'll let you have a plus 15. There are a lot of things about you that you can leverage to make yourself seem scarier.
But a little bit of mild implication about, what would the others think about, your dirty little secret of all these little robes underneath your bed and in your closet. And the smell of fuck in the air.
Sure, you can add that, and it'll bring your bonus to a nice round plus 2.
You are a man of God. Act like one.
Fucking hell! I'll just make a roll on his. I mean, he's pretty good at keeping his cool. You,
He
however, are
doesn't get a
fucking
heart attack.
terrifying. Yeah, you do not accidentally kill him with fear. You do, however, fucking intimidate him.
I would be very upset if I accidentally did murder. We don't want to kill another person.
Out of
With
sheer
war.
terror.
Though, if we do it a third time, the entire group gets the title "I am the Batman." We all get a +5 into. It's like a little achievement.
Yeah. Right, so... Yeah. Alright, yeah. You've definitely, put things back in perspective for him, which is, both good and bad, in a way. And yes. With that, you can definitely get a firm commitment from him, but the warrior priests will be on the front line, and that, well, he will be preaching for people to take vows as flagellants. Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to do with him?
Yes. Ask him. Do you know when those cultists took the group? Do you believe anyone would have been compromised?
Mm.
I know that a couple were taken aside, and a couple were spoken to individually. However, I just need to know, do you think if anyone would have potentially been compromised? And also, apparently some of your little artifacts may have been taken.
And, he doesn't think any of the others were ensorcelled. I'll admit they used a very painful magical torture on him, but he held strong, and he's rather firmly of the opinion that the other religious heads are at least his equal in terms of faith.
I see. Very good.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Well, aside from a polite good day, hopefully we can work well together in the future. No, I would take my leave. And I honestly do mean, hopefully we can work well.
Alright. Cool.
I'm not innately a dick, but I can be if I need to be.
So, while you're doing that, anything else that actually needs to be touched on, you guys?
Nope, I'm ready and waiting.
Yeah, I think I've done it.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, Thane, but
um, do you have any reason to refuse the angry dwarf the ability, the position of like being right up front to murder orcs?
nah. The dwarves have
I
never
didn't
given
think
me.
so.
The dwarves have never given me reason to doubt their hatred for.
It is basically their defining racial characteristic. Literally, they hate orcs so much that from birth they get a talent that gives them bonus weapon skill against orcs.
So you're telling me that even an infant dwarf would still have like a 10% chance of just picking up a hammer and just throwing it at an orc?
And hitting.
Not throwing, because that's ballistic skill, but basically, yeah.
Of just coming up, like toddling up behind an orc and kneecapping it.
It wouldn't do damage, but Pa would definitely be happy.
Yeah,
I mean-
because Pa was wearing the thing's skin like a suit to scare his kid, so.
You know, that would be very awkward training. Just like dwarven parents putting on like scary green face masks and like giving their kids toy weapons to like train them to hit orcs from like the age of like birth.
Oh, if it was only that easier.
If only. If only.
I said
they
that's the
just take
training
them-
for the first 3 months.
No.
No.
No, they take them right to the walls. To throw pots and pans down on them. There's a lot of orcs.
Oh, so that's how they deal with the dirty diaper issue.
Yes. Dwarven holds are in siege all year round for the past what century is this?
The 26th century.
Yeah, so for the past 20 for the past 20 centuries, every dwarf hold has been under siege for multiple years.
It's the 26th century since Sigmar founded the Empire. The dwarves have been under siege for a while longer than that.
Yes. Oh god. So yeah, the concept of fake training doesn't exist to dwarves.
Mm.
I mean, it probably does, but that's, assuming they survive. Mortality rate for dwarves is very high.
Alright. So, yeah, let's fast forward a little bit. There's one more thing I definitely want to touch in on before we fast forward too long, that is. But later that day, a small Imperial frigate will arrive. It's obviously received some battle damage, but standing proudly at in the forecastle, there are a pair of women in fine clothing. But, soon after it arrives, a runner will arrive for Gunnar. And Lord, vessels docked. They're asking for you, my lord.
Oh. Who's on it? Any idea?
Um, the ladies, Vuska and Lumina, sir.
Vaska and Lumen. Oh god, she brought the chip. She brought her. I'm on my way.
Well, yes, he just runs off. So, yeah, I just need to grab these two. Where on earth did I leave them? Somewhere archived, I guess. I'll just drag her in from her character sheet.
You know, I just had the awkward moment of thinking of, has Veska seen me with the transformation? I think she has.
Yes. I was
she's seen you
one of
go
the first
full
people
fairy.
to see that.
Yeah. And then she made jokes about you being a disgusting fairy. Like a lot. Like a lot.
She doesn't know the half of it yet.
I feel like she does know the other half of it too after it pounded her into the bedsheets.
What? The knot part or the werewolf part?
Yes?
Yes.
So yeah, Gunnar, would you like to collect any of your other companions before you go and meet your waifu?
Yes, if they are not busy, I will collect up Jolka, Konrad, and a couple of the others. Esva, if she wants to come
Yeah,
along.
you know, one of the couple of the
right
others.
on the page in front of you.
I'm sorry, I had to.
He just forgets elves every time. It's super not cool of him.
Turbo elf racist.
I mean, they're elves, so fuck them.
It's.
That's what they're there for.
It's been a
They're already
long
fucking each other. It's fine.
It's been a long ass day, and I have an early day tomorrow too.
We probably won't be going too long today, but
I woke up
so yeah.
at 4.
Yeah, I'd appreciate an early end.
Yeah. So
Has Esva met Vaska yet?
yes.
Yes. She was part of Team Try and fucking, like, gank her out on the frosty snows and then wonder that it was actually a necromancer in her brain. But, you know, before that came the grand betrayal where you all fucking attacked her in the middle of the night.
Alright,
Look,
there's a necromancer.
I remember that. I
I
remember real
distinctly
well.
remember I was not involved with that.
Yeah. Hey, no, you were. You helped me punch.
Yeah, you were definitely
Yeah, no, you
involved in that.
absolutely were part of try and punch me the fuck unconscious.
Oh. You used
Like, I
all of
managed to
your-
dodge the ice tentacles, and then both of you just tried to fucking gang beat me into the ground. You know? No, I remember it.
It was just stunning blows. It wasn't real damage.
Yeah, it's only repeated face punching.
You get over that.
I don't have trust issues at all now.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah, like, y'all think Esva's nightmares she's having to, you know, tit fuck out up there in the tower. That ain't about no goddamn chaos monster. That's about just, you know, waking up to getting punched in the face by your friends.
Being hunted down by icy tentacles. No, that's not even the sexy way.
And then she just looks up, and it's just a giant fist coming down from the sky at her. And the moment it connects, she wakes up.
That would explain why she keeps sitting bolt upright with the shout of, "Not the face!" You know what? It all makes sense now.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah, the party has been gathered. You may venture forth into you know, just
Do I just
Joke
do, I
about
don't know. Am I passing any like little hedges or like hedges with flowers, or I don't know, a little fucking flower shop on the way there?
Maybe one of your
Absolutely.
orderlies go buy me some flowers.
I'm not that egotistical yet. I haven't fully realized the extent of my power with my guys. I have guys for things. I have people.
You
I'm
had
fa-
people even before that.
Yes, Gunnar is very happy in life when he has people.
We know, you dirty slaver.
It's not slavery. They're technically my employees.
With how many times you've had to say it's
I mean,
not slavery?
how many of
at
these
this-
people are conscripts?
With how many times you've had to say it's not slavery? At this point, it's probably slavery.
It's starting to sound like slavery, yeah. Oh, it's indentured servitude. It's fine.
It's
We'll pay you after the WAG, you know. We don't have to pay half of it.
Don't worry. It's just they're people that work for me, that do things for me.
Yeah, and
Whether or
don't
not
have
they
a
get
choice
paid,
about it.
whether or not they get paid is the responsibility for someone else.
What a noble way to look at things.
What a very Norskin way to look.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
just the landholder. You have a slave master to deal with all that.
Actually, technically, yes.
Anyway, come retrieve Vaska, you fucking dweezil.
Yes. Do I pass by like anything with flowers on the way here?
yes, of course.
Is it an actual shop, or is it just like some like flowers they pull out of some schmuck's flower? I'm good with either.
I feel the latter is funnier, so you should do that.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, it's a single fucking daffodil or something like that. The root's still attached. There she is. Beautiful woman. I think I distinctly remember her killing 3 men at once without much effort. Wonderful thing.
How
Graceful
romantic.
creature.
Yeah, all those poor innocent peasants on that boat.
Phrasing.
Aegis. And then the moment's gone.
I mean, so when we say the whole party is together, we mean the whole party, even the new guy.
Yes, Mr. Green is here as well.
Oh,
Alright,
Hi,
who's
all.
this graphic friend?
Are you all part of the Imperial Army?
I am.
Fuck,
Yes.
no, I'm an elf.
Technically, they're part of my retinue, which, yes or no, is part of the
I am-
Imperial Army.
Jolka, I am loosely aligned with the Imperial Army.
Not all of that. I'm actually just part of the military. I'm probably the only non-commissioned / now actually commissioned officer of the local Pistoleer regiment. The only bastard that hasn't actually run off with a vampire.
I have a question.
Oh, shit.
What's an elf?
Oh,
Yes, everyone, this is Mr. Everyone, this is Mr. Green. I requisitioned him at the local prison system. He is a local forester who I
That guy.
believe.
is he a wizard?
No, he is something unique.
I
I
don't like the
believe-
way you're putting that, mate.
I believe he is something known as a child of Ulrich.
Alright.
Call me Gavin. Mr. Green was my father.
Alright, sure thing, Gavin. An elf is a superior being blessed with magic and grace.
Oh, how do you do that?
Wait a minute, I'm not an elf.
Elves just have pointy ears.
You are not graceful. You're more like a really quick brick.
They are very
Flying.
arrogant people that like to live in big forests, have pointy, are very good with bows. Also, they don't like guns much.
Neither do I. Loud things. Pretty noisy. But it's always been a problem since I wanted to join the Imperial Army.
Huh. Right.
Are you real?
I didn't think you were still in the, business of picking up slaves.
Oh, no, I'm not a slave. I'm a soldier. I just got newly recruited.
He's
Sure,
not
but-
a he's
Where'd you
not
get
a
recruited from?
slave. The prison.
That sounds like a slave to me, Gunnar.
He was requisitioned.
That's not... You realize you're speaking to someone who also knows how long words work, right?
I don't know what requisition means, but I joined the Imperial Army of my own free will. It's a pleasure to serve my country.
I just point an arm at him and just glare. Free will.
Alright.
That's what we said about Avenclad too.
Sure. I'm gonna swap to Alvin. I think he's enslaved a mentally damaged boy.
Or was gonna glance over. Should we help him?
You know what? These things tend to figure themselves out.
I mean, it worked for Avenclad.
Yeah, he just turned into a vampire and died.
Okay, it worked for
Still being
Avenclad.
Rambo, waiting for the return.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to.
Question,
lean over to one of
Merzendi.
the-
How big is the feather on his hat?
About 2/3 of the size of yours.
What's it chosen of Ulrich?
I think he means mentally challenged.
I mean, I'll figure as
Child-
much.
This is something that you would learn in theology. The child of Ulrich is a natural shapeshifter, I believe, that can actually innately change itself between a human and a wolf-like form.
He's a fucking mutant.
That's what the
Yeah.
other people said when I first met them. But I talked it out and sorted it out, and now I'm here enjoying the Imperial Legion.
Funny that you mention that. You say mutant, but I sense no dark magic.
I can't sense anything past a fucking migraine.
I'll trust your judgment on this one, Gunnar.
I don't know what a migraine is, but you're touching your head. Should I go run to the doctor, get you something nice to fix you up?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate the gumption, though, but also I'm not in charge of you. Don't worry about it.
You said you were a superior being.
His-
Oh,
Sure, but
His
that doesn't
pers-
mean I'm in charge of anyone. That's how superior I am.
oh,
His
oh, I
his
get ya.
personage is known to be rather enthusiastic amongst new people.
Sure, he's a very good boy.
Now, for the reason I'm actually here.
Oh, I was actually muted, but I said when you said "very good boy," you see a tail flop out of his back and start wagging. Go, oh, sorry, don't know why it does that.
See if my pistol.
Vaska, it's been too long.
Oh, is Vaska here now? Alright.
Is she?
I thought you guys were gathering the party and buying flour, or ripping flowers out of the ground.
I don't think we've linked up with Vaska yet. Well, so if you want to practice some pickup line, I can help.
The party was gathered, flowers were grabbed, and they were talking as they walked the rest of the way. We can say you have arrived at.
Okay.
at Vaska Station if you want.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
with a couple flowers in the hand, with the dirt still like holding to the roots and shit. And, like,
As soon as Vaska sees you, she just comes running full speed and jumps in your arms, throws her arms around your neck, and just nuzzles in. Gunnar!
I'll be fucking damned. She's still alive.
I missed you too.
Oh,
Little kiss on the
Gunnar.
forehead. I got you some flowers.
Oh, you're sweet. She will take them and just kind of look at the dirt and laugh.
No hugs for me.
Yes, all of you, come here. Jolka, you too.
Come
Esva!
Yeah, she's still alive. It's
course she's
amazing.
still alive.
Vaska will go over and
Good.
hug Herova.
Ah, hugs are nice.
Thanks, you bitch.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Go over and, like, give you a big, fierce hug.
And yes, no evil necromancer in brain. So we're all good.
Yes, and we managed to save the Imperial Princess. She is,
Excellent.
I wouldn't say okay, but alive, certainly.
You were gone rescuing a princess? What the fuck was... What the fuck is wrong with you people?
I Luminitsa and I, duo-handedly, saved the princess from a tower on the island. Unfortunately, everyone else on the mission died.
Oh, well. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Father Fletcher just coughs awkwardly on the island.
Does that include Avenclad?
Yes. We were all separated, and as soon as Luminitsa and I secured the princess, we were forced to depart. They were starting to attack the ship from the island. Father Fletcher...
So, you tell me there's still a chance Avenclad might be alive.
He's on an island all alone with all of the vampires.
Yes,
I
but
know,
he
for
is,
them.
You know what he is?
So wait, you're saying Avenclad is stuck on an island, covered in heavy vegetation, murky bogs, countless diseases, with nothing but time, weapons, countless undead, and his targets.
Yes, but the undead keep coming
I
back,
give
and there's no way to
give
stop
him-
it.
I give him about a 50-50 chance.
He may be alive, but everyone else is definitely dead. The undead, you can destroy the hordes, but they just step back up. It's terrible. And the vampires, they're much stronger than the ones we fought before.
Fucking hell.
But it's fine. We have the princess. And
Oh,
now I
yeah.
hear you
Maybe.
have big orc horde to fight, yes?
Yeah, we have a yeah, you can definitely say we have a bit of an orc problem. And oh, look, Luminitsa.
Vaska was about to be like, and your magical artillery oh, you're right.
Greeting.
Hey there. See?
Vaska grins.
I haven't got myself killed yet.
Oh. Color me impressed.
Not for the lack of trying.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm surprised you're still alive.
I'm only alive because of her. So is the princess.
How do you save the princess? We're gonna need to have a lie down and have this conversation. It sounds like a hell.
Please, Vaska. You would have been able to get away and survive.
Oh, I would
don't
have, but not
know
with
if you-
rescuing the princess.
Perhaps.
Luminitsa prevented me from having to die heroically, failing to save the princess. There we go.
Yep.
Hmm. So that
One day.
means that strange Morite priest, Rosalind, and
The
wasn't there?
Bretonian and the elf, who wasn't a vampire. Yes, they were all were either killed in front of us or left behind on the island. I know Philibert.
Who?
Oh, the halfling.
Yes, our halfling assassin, our elven priestess, and the Bretonian were all killed in a horrible fashion.
Hmm.
What about?
I want to say I'm insulted that Vaska thinks Avenclad is dead.
Hey, at least I gave you some fucking props.
You gave me 50-50 chance. Come on, man. I escaped
So-
from an entire vampire base underground without any help. Can't fucking. You think this undyed out scares me, none?
Believe it or not,
I don't think you're just gonna like die like a bitch on there. I think you're just gonna like kill yourself on the unlimited hordes of vampires.
Believe it or not, I was paraphrasing a movie.
No. Either way.
But yes, it's good to see that you are returned.
Yes, it's good to see you too. So, show me where I can be useful. The sooner we destroy these orcs, the sooner we can finish off the vampires and go live our lives, yes?
Wait, what's this about orcs now?
What?
That's what we're killing, Gavin.
Oh,
There's
we are?
going to be a lot. Yes, there's going to be a lot of orcs coming in. That is why your expertise is going to be important.
Oh, no wonder why everybody looks so scrunchy-faced and all tensed up.
Yes. Yes, Gavin. Yes.
Gunnar?
Oh,
Scrunchy face.
well, that explains some things. Oh, that won't be no problem none. I've killed a few orcs in my time, I have.
Hey,
Good.
Vaska, have you met Gunnar's new slave?
Gunnar!
He's not a slave.
I'm
No,
an
he's
imperial
just
soldier.
a requisition soldier from the prisons.
Gunnar!
He's
right.
not a slave. He volunteered on his own free will.
In prison.
I was in prison. They did put a lot of chains on me.
You sounds like a slave.
It's not a slave.
It sounds like a slave, Gunnar. What the fuck?
Question: is slave the beginning rank in the Imperial Army?
Apparently, yes.
Well, I
It
guess
used
I
to
was-
be.
I guess I'm a slave, as I just joined the Imperial Army.
No,
Oh
no,
my
don't make it slave. You're private. You're private.
God, can you feel it, Herova?
Crosses arms. Glowers
Humanity
at
at its
Gunnar.
finest.
I look just like dead up at the sky, just like.
Oh.
Why?
Green, mate. Green.
Uh-huh.
So, as a member of the military, okay,
Okay.
we use the word private here. I mean, they're pretty close, one in the other, but you use the word private. You're private, okay?
Oh, okay, so I'm a private slave.
No! No! No slave! Don't use the word slave. Don't say slave.
Oh, alright then. Then I'm a private.
Stick with that. You're private.
Private slave.
Actually, he picked that up pretty quick. Promote him. No, just
Oh,
Give
so
him
it's a
a-
promotion.
How are you even still alive? Jesus.
Well, I
Uh,
eat lots of meat. That Pa said it keeps the boy healthy.
I am astonished by your existence.
Well,
You're
thank you. Astonished is a big word for a compliment, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You inspire me, mate. You're inspiring.
Well, I haven't done anything to deserve inspiring yet, but I'll make sure to serve the Imperial Army well.
Oh, yes. You got the right
Not Lily
spirit.
Bird.
He has the right spirit.
Now that Gunnar's used up his dodge reaction, I'm gonna go reach up and tweak his ear. What have we talked about with slaves? Come on.
I have not bought him. No money has passed hands. So technically I do not own him.
I own him, technically.
See, if anything, it's his.
I just
See,
reach over
technically
with
it's
the
his
other
slave.
hand and take Conrad's ear and tweak that one too.
Ow! Fuck! Sir, Jesus, calm down, woman.
It's fine. Now that I'm in the Imperial Army, I belong to my motherland. Serve its people well.
See, look, enthusiasm.
He is kind of precious, though.
Speaking of Jolka, apparently we have some graybeards coming in.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, it's a Thane.
Also, no. Oh, God.
It's a Thane. He has to be in the front of the army. I figured that'd be a good idea.
Okay, things are not so bad.
Though he did say that he has a gray beard so gray it's almost white.
And so long it meets his pubes.
His meats is braided into his pube. It's hard to tell where beard
Okay. Oh, it's golden. Okay, so... Alright, so I'm not gonna hopefully get my ear talked off. Literally.
No, he's much too busy being a man with a fucking need to kill. A thirst for murder.
Big
He's got
Hat
an
Man
almighty
always-
thirst on and it can only be quenched in blood.
Yeah.
blood.
Big Hat Man always let Algren and friends smash. Algren always have fun when do what Big Hat Man say. Big Hat Man is a good friend.
Anyway, I'm gonna drag at least Conrad and Gunnar like by the ear for a couple steps towards the big castle. Try and go figure out what the fuck I can do to be useful.
Ah!
Get caught up on the situation.
Low-key.
Okay. So as our situation is,
Bleh,
we
word
do
vomit.
we do have a couple minor issues in the city right now, and along with the front. Now, we can possibly put you near the walls if you wish, or we could put. There are still a couple in-city jobs that I would need any kind of help that I can physically get, including but not limited to a minor investigation of some of the high priests, which I've gotten most of the religious orders, most if not all of the religious orders, to be providing people towards the war effort. And there seems to have been some dark magical phenomena happening in the little moot.
Ooh, leave that to me. I can take on the evil wizard any day.
Yes, apparently something happened not too long ago, some sort of dark magical phenomena that ended up, according to some rather blockheaded but enthusiastic witch hunters, to report that some young halflings were killed and their entrails seem to have been used for some sort of ritualistic purpose.
Fucking hell, we still have cultists knocking about the place.
Yes, we're working on it.
What's a cultist?
So yeah, Merz, can we like just smash those two plot lines into like a skill challenge or something? Have like Vaska, Herova, and Esva go hunt down an evil wizard while Gunnar goes and fixes the churches, so that we don't spend like 5 more sessions doing that, please.
Alright, sure, if you would like to do that. Let me just step away for a couple of minutes, grab a grab a new drink and think about what I will need to have you guys roll for that.
Or we could have that be the start of next session.
That's kind of well for me.
Yeah, that actually works well for me because
Aw.
yeah, they couldn't. I'm sorry, man. I got to get up early tomorrow.
Same.
Yeah, fair. It has been a fairly decent length now, so we can do EXP and then bring today to a close. So, did you explore a new and interesting location? I don't think so.
I mean, Vaska got to explore some new and interesting locations.
Well,
Went deep diving.
yeah, and she had some her new and interesting location very thoroughly explored.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's definitely learning an interesting truth about another PC. Vaska is an easy lay while drunk.
Cool.
Though
I need a
Vaska can help
chaperone.
with Vaska can help with some built-up tension later on if she so chooses. Maybe
Vaska's
break
Gonna
a
use
willing
that torture
receptacle.
skill on you. You better get ready.
What? Just like next day, everyone's walking around, seeing like, oh, why is the general like rubbing his pecs? And then Vaska's just whispering to everyone, I gave him a nipple piercing.
With my mouth.
All right.
Oh.
Let's keep going. Did you learn an interesting fact about the world or a non-player character?
I'm still very much convinced that Luminita is either the Herald of Slanesh or related to it, but I can't confirm anything.
I fucking know werewolves exist now. That's apparently.
It's true, we've actually never
Yeah.
seen a werewolf before
Yeah.
at all, so...
I
We
don't
thought
think I've
that
ever.
Gunnar was maximum unique snowflake.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like, my
You
field's
are,
still
yes,
fairly...
but you know.
Well, yes, no one has seen a werewolf before. I'm pretty sure
Really?
Vaska's at least felt it in part.
But
Like, there's more
Right.
than one.
Did you make progress on a quest?
Technically,
yeah,
How so?
I shot parts of the orc invasion, which must be progress.
Esva
Yeah,
also
you actually-
detected the evil wizards, and Gunnar got a solid agreement from the Sigmarite.
All right. Cool. However, I don't think you guys overcame a dangerous challenge or defeated a threat to local peace today. So
I
that
mean, the threat to local peace.
that just looks like 75 XP.
That's
Cool.
exactly enough. So at some point on one of the mornings, Esva's gonna learn siege weapons. It's just make sure, just really round out my ability to bring death with actually everything ranged available in the game.
Alright, so, with that all done, I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lots
Oh,
of fun.
yeah, but
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like next time we will actually fight the war.
Yay!
Yay.
I mean,
my
Wog!
I've had my character just long enough for him to die to the Wog.
Dude, I love
Just
your
as it
character.
should be.
He's great. Oh,
He's-
my ears.
He's pro. Actually, let me look at his shifted stat form.
He is,
Okay,
he is adorable.
He's got a chance at surviving. We'll see.
Okay,
Quite a substantial one, honestly.
But
Okay,
you have
do
a
you-
regeneration factor.
No, wait, do they?
I thought they
I'm pretty
had
sure
FH1.
No.
Oh, well.
I was about to say some skin wolves have mild regeneration, but just base werewolves do not.
Yeah. Thank you very much, as usual, for running.
So, just real quick, for next time, you guys, a little bit of homework. Decide the teams you want to split into for doing investigation and decide how you want to go about it. because, well, yeah. And that's it from me.
Yeah, alright, well, if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Next time is Savin. So tune in then for some bandit murdering. Till then, see you next
Yeehaw.
time.